So have you thought about getting a fridge, a car fridge? Why not this one by ICECO? It's a freezer or a fridge, and if you were looking for one, I'm going to show you all the cool features that this one has and maybe why you should get this one. ICECO, fridge or freezer. What makes it different compared to the other brands? This is the JP50 model. This is the Bluetooth version, and the manual is quite comprehensive. It explains everything you need to know. It's written in plain English, which is really nice. First thing I want to mention is that it comes with a attachment for a battery, for a car charger, but also comes with an extension. So this what makes it different from different brands. They know that you're going to put this one somewhere really far, somewhere around the car. So if you have a motor van or you have a camper or something like that, they give you very long cords to accommodate that. It runs on 12 volt. It uses about 50 to 70 watts. Also, a really nice feature is that the power adapter that you use when you plug it into the outlet, it's built in. So the power adapter is built in. You don't have to worry about an extra power adapter moving around. These are for the 12 volt connection, but it can run easily off an outlet. So if you have an inverter in the van or something like that, you can just plug it in and that takes care of that. There's no adapter that you have to worry about, it, just the power cord. The screen is here on the top. There's only 4 buttons that turn it on. It could go up to 0, so 0 Fahrenheit or minus 18 Celsius. It can be a fridge or a freezer, and I want to be very clear. So you could choose to make it freeze everything inside, or you could choose to have things chilled. Like for example, it uses less energy, but if you have stuff that doesn't need to be frozen. So there's a difference between ice cream and ice cubes, and there's a difference between keeping lettuce and other things and tomatoes for a longer time. I'm going to show you what's inside in a second, because I'm also running an experiment trying to freeze a 2-liter bottle of soda. Also has battery protection, so the digital screen can be changed from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and also can adjust low, medium and high battery protection. So if you run it in a car and you want to make sure your car starts, this one can auto protect so it doesn't drain your battery out. So when you buy it in the box, these handles don't come assembled, but they're spring loaded. They install with 4 bolts, and then it's very easy to grab. The lid only opens from one side. Inside you have a compartment, so this one slides in, so you could split everything in 2 spaces. I have my experiment running over here trying to freeze this bottle of soda. It gets really cold inside. I have a temperature gauge over here, and right now it's minus 12 in there, so it's pretty cold. That's minus 12 Fahrenheit. So it gets really cold. This is the compartment that gets chilled. Also has a secondary compartment with a light, so this secondary compartment doesn't get as cold. This one is in the 30s. This one is designed to put something over here that you don't want to freeze, just have it rest and sit over here, but it doesn't freeze as much as this side. So it's kind of like a freezer on this side and fridge here, or you could just raise the temperature over here, so you could have a fridge over here and fridge over there. So there's 2 sections, but this one is the cooling section. The lid closes really easy, has a nice click to it. As I mentioned, it has an app, but these buttons are designed to change the temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and you could raise it or lower it, so you could just push the buttons and it will do that. Also, you could switch it from maximum to echo, and then you have the power button over here. So very simple to use. You don't have to remember anything. And these are like push down buttons, so they're not digital buttons, they're push down, so you have a solid click on them. So when you push them, you know what's happening. The power cable connects over here. As I mentioned in the video, there is no power adapter that you have to worry about it. Also has a secondary connection for the 12 volt connection. In the manual, it doesn't specify if it can run on a solar panel, but I've tested it and it runs on solar panels. So if you have at least 100 watt solar panel, you could plug it in, and when there is enough power, this thing will turn on. Recommended to run on the battery backup or battery for the car. That's why it was designed. The solar panel is just my attachment to it. Don't follow it, it's not in the manual. When you buy it, it comes with this installation box with a little screen here on the side. This is an insulating box. So it's specifically designed to be able to dress out the unit, and that will extend the time that it takes to cool itself off. So if you plug this one in the house and then you put it in the van, this one will help a lot with insulating it. The manual says that it can handle temperatures inside the vehicle up to 55 Celsius. The bag is specifically designed to be able to allow the compressor to chill. So you have these vents over here so the compressor can run. Now obviously with groceries and everything in it, it's going to be a little bit heavier, but otherwise it's not too heavy to lift. So it's easy to move around. This is something that maybe I would put in the trunk of my car if I use it with a normal sedan, and then just throw in my groceries over here when I go to the store. That way I don't have to rush on my way home to get the groceries to stay cool. So that's another application for it. The Bluetooth app, which you could download via this link, it's really nice. And I'm going to show you here on the side. As you can see, you have full control over the fridge. You could control the temperature. You could check the status on it to see if it's running, if it has any errors, what's the temperature inside. This is a convenient feature if you're driving and you have your phone with you, sitting in the dashboard of your car. The fridge is sitting all the way in the back of your van or in the RV or something like that. And then you'll be able to just keep an eye on things and see how things are going. So that is a really, really nice feature. Also, you could change the temperature via the app. So you could turn it on, you could turn it off, you could raise it, you could lower it. The Bluetooth feature is really, really nice, and it works at 50, 60 feet. So even if you have a longer RV or a van or something like that, or it's in the back of a trailer, you will be able to see it from the car all the way to the back of the RV with no problem via the Bluetooth app. And this is how it looks like when the casing is on it. You have clear spaces left over for being able to grab the handles. The handles feel very, very solid. There's a zipper over here, so you could just unzip it. There it is, and you could get easily into it. So this is definitely to protect the unit, to be a little bit more efficient as far as that goes. It's specifically tailored for this fridge. Definitely going to extend the efficiency of it. Vents over here to let the hot air come out and the compressor to work properly. Connections are still here. And then, of course, there's another hole over here for the handle in the back. Right now it's running off a battery backup. It's pulling 39 watts. It fluctuates in between 30, 40, 50, depends of where the unit is. This one, it can run it for 10 hours at this draw. So it draws very, very little power. I just plugged it in via the 12 volt to test it out. I want to mention that it can run 12 or 24. So this unit, it's designed to run on a car that has a 24 volt system or a 12 volt system. That's also a very, very nice feature. And right now the compressor is turning on, and then we're going to get a little bit of an estimate to see how much power is actually pulling out. So it's going to be in the same ballpark. 34 starts at 34 and it's going to go maybe into the 60s, and then it just settles over there until it cools off. And then after that, it's going to be nice and chill, and you don't have to worry about it. Also inside you have a drain hole. So that drain hole is, you could power wash it. You could do a little bit of washing and then the water will just drain at the bottom. So that's also a very, very nice feature. Or if something melts over here and you have to let it go, then that will do it. Of course, this basket is completely removable. So you just have these handles on the side, and you could just take basically all your groceries out and put it back in. So these are also options. Probably my favorite thing is the locking sound. So solid. Just gives you that, oh, I'm sealed now feeling. So yes, this is the ICECO fridge or freezer. I think I covered all the features that it has. Very, very simple to use. It does what it needs to do. If this is something that you need, or you always wanted, or you maybe didn't know that it existed, here it is. I'm going to have a link at the bottom of the video for those that are interested. Thanks for watching.